When you talk about branding, a lot of times you think of products in stores, but we're in the 21st century and a lot of those products are digital. Today, we're going to talk all about it. Hey, hey, get ready to talk like a brand and live your best brand life. I'm Peachy Williams, your brand voice builder. So, hi, I have Leslie Lowery here with me today. Hi, Leslie.
Hello, thank you for having me.
I am so happy that you accepted our invitation. So, welcome to Talk Like a Brand. So, today we're going to be talking about what Leslie does. And Leslie is one of those people where she has learned the power of the pivot. And she had one business and it has now blossomed into something totally different.
Mhm.
But in all things, she had to recognize her target audiences and how that affected her brand. And I want people to know it's okay to pivot. Sometimes it's necessary. And so let's get into it. Leslie, tell us about how you started your pivoting and why you started to pivot.
My journey to where I am right now, I wouldn't say it was a lot of, like valleys or I kind of feel like it was kind of a progression, if you will, if that makes sense. And it's been good because it's kind of helped me to learn how to navigate this digital space because it's a lot. I'm sure you
Yes,
know.
it
And
is.
so in 2018, God actually told me to start a blog and I had no digital footprint, if you will. Like I had no idea. I never wanted to be an entrepreneur. And so when he told me to start this blog, I'd heard about blogs, I'd read blogs before, but it was never something that I thought that I would ever do and never thought I'd have a website and all those type of things. So I started this blog and it was about motherhood, marriage, and ministry. I had a lot to learn. Like tech wise, I've never been a techie person, but when you get kind of like, when you're thrown into that space, you have to figure it out, to
Absolutely.
be able to sustain it. So I learned a lot. It took a while, but I figured things out. And in that process, I fell in love with Canva. I had no idea what Canva was. And I'm sure many of you know now, it is a graphic design tool for the non-graphic designer. It's so simple to use. And most people who start to use it just fall in love with it. It's so much easier than, going out and hiring a designer, especially when you're a solopreneur. You're doing all the things by yourself. So I needed to start creating blog graphics. And so I first tried to use PicMonkey and wasn't interested in that. But when I found Canva, I was like, okay, I think I can figure this out. And I've never saw myself as a creative person. But for some reason, Canva brought the creativity out of me. It
Let
like
me stop you right there, ma'am. Let me stop you right there, ma'am. Stop it, cut it out. This woman is so creative, and so maybe that was part of her journey. So for it to be
Mhm,
pulled out of her
mhm.
because the designs that she makes on her digital products are amazing. Listen,
Thank
I am a
you.
creative. I'm a creative and I can do some stuff, but
Mhm. Oh,
Leslie, she
you can do
brings the
some
heat.
stuff.
She brings the heat. So when she says, "Oh, I wasn't a designer," and all that, okay, we're gonna totally disregard that.
I'm
You
I'm
can
se I'm really I'm serious. Like, all my life, it's been my sister and my mom who are the creative ones. I had no interest in creativity. My mom taught my sister how to sew. They used to make all these different projects. They can make anything grow, plants. Like, my sister could draw from a young age. She loves to paint. I mean, she even works with, like, resin. Anything she sees, "Oh, I like that outfit. She can sew it, she can make it." Never been my story. Just no. And so when I found Canva, I was like, okay, well, of course I understand computers to a degree. I didn't think I was very techie, but it's a computer. So just to be able to find that I could navigate that and create beauty visually, I was like, wow, this is really cool. So maybe I am creative. At first, it was kind of like, okay, now this is kind of therapeutic because this is fun to do. As time went on, I started to see like I can actually use this to create an income for myself. Like I can go from the blog to starting my own digital product business, is what it is now, but my own graphic design business. And so that's where Leslie Carissa came from. And that's where I started to do Canva graphic design for people and just really just kept working in it. And then, in my opinion, the next progression was to digital products. And so now I'm at Mommy Money. That's where I am teaching other moms, because I am a stay at home mom, how to create digital products with the knowledge that they know and using Canva. For me, it's been like a really nice progression, and I'm just excited to see what's going to unfold next.
Well, you have been doing amazing. You guys need to see that website,
Thanks.
mommymoney.co. When it comes to when I look at your brand,
Mhm,
the way that you have positioned yourself, how you pivoted, you started in at one spot and you have grown to another. The one thing that stood out to me was your authenticity. And I tell
thank you.
everybody all the time, when you're branding, you need to be human, but you need to be
Mhm,
authentic.
mhm,
You also need to be very succinct. You don't want to
mhm,
be all over the place. And that's one of the
mhm,
things that I can appreciate because you were very succinct in everything that you were doing. And you may
mhm,
have felt like you were doing touch and go, but you
mhm,
applied the concepts that you learned
mhm.
from wherever and utilized them the best way that you could so that
Mhm,
you are developing a cohesive brand. And
mhm,
it shows in everything that you do. It shows in the way that you design things. You don't have one thing looking this way and another thing looking that way.
mhm,
And that's on the creative side.
mhm.
A lot of times people start their businesses from the creative side. And I think that's something that you did because a lot
Yes.
of times people don't have that foundational knowledge of knowing creative comes second,
Yeah,
foundation comes
you
first,
know,
you know.
you know.
But the simple fact that you wanted cohesive
Mhm,
and visually appealing
mhm,
brand, something that looked so professional that you could be viewed as a major company out of
mhm.
the
Thank
gate
you.
is
Thank
commendable. It's
thank
totally,
you.
totally commendable. And a lot of times people they don't realize that presentation is everything.
It
Even if
is.
you don't really know what you're doing or how you're
Mhm,
doing it,
mhm,
presentation is everything. If your aesthetic is on point,
mhm.
you will have a better chance of eyes getting on your product as opposed to somebody with stuff all over the place. Because when
Right.
it's not aesthetically pleasing,
Mhm.
9 times out of 10, the content that you're delivering is also all over the place. So
Absolutely.
that's to be commendable. So, Mommy Money sells digital products. What types of
Mhm.
digital products does Mommy Money sell, and how do you feel like it's going to continue being a trend, digital products, in terms of because everybody's online? Do you think that this is a growing trend?
Absolutely. Well, first, Mommy Money, I create ebooks, workbooks, basically anything that you can think of in Canva, planners, things of that nature and courses as well, to be able to teach other moms how to do these things. So basically, if you're a mom and maybe in your former life, if you're a stay-at-home mom in your former life, your corporate life, maybe you worked in finance. I want to be able to show you how to take that information that you learned in that previous job in the finance world and apply it to ebooks or workbooks so that you can planners and things of that nature, budget spreadsheets, things like that we need as moms. We need those budget spreadsheets, we need those meal planners, we need our daily planners and things like that. These are things that are easily created in Canva, and I want to show moms that it's not that difficult to be able to make money at home. Like, you don't have to go back to that 9 to 5. I never want to go back to a 9 to 5. So if I can help other moms to be able to do that, I just feel like it's empowering for me and for other moms. Now, as far as digital products being a trend, absolutely, but a trend that I don't think is going to end. Like, usually trends are just here for a little while and then it's on to the next thing. But digital products, when I really thought about it, they have been around for a long time. It's just we didn't necessarily see the explosion of them. I would say maybe I'll go back as far as the last 5 years, but really a very big explosion of it, obviously, during the pandemic because things changed and people had to pivot. But when I think about it, way back in the days of like eBay, even Amazon, like, I realized I was buying ebooks, but I didn't realize how large the ebook industry really is. And
It's
now here
huge.
we are, right? And now here it is that almost everybody has an ebook of some sort that they've written. Being that the pandemic has come and there's such a change, it's like you don't have to worry about traditional publishing and things of that nature anymore. Anybody can make an ebook, a journal, a planner, anything on Canva and get it onto Amazon KDP. So it's not like it was before where you had to wait for somebody to give you a deal, or you know what I mean? You can create your own digital product and put your stuff out there in this online business world and make your own name for yourself. You don't have to wait on traditional marketing. You got social media. It's just amazing the resources that we have and the low cost resources that we have. So at this point, it's kind of like, hey, everybody should have a digital product. Even if it's not related to your level or your expertise, right? You can get on to Canva and create a children's coloring book in a couple of hours and put it up on Amazon KDP. It's not just for, it can be a business, it could be a hobby, it could be grocery money, it could be gas money at this point, you know what I mean? And we
Everybody
all
needs
need,
that gas
right,
money.
we need it now, right? Especially people in California. But like we all need these additional streams of income. And so, do I think it's a trend? Yes, but I don't think that it's going anywhere. From what I understand, the digital product world is slated to make about $325 billion by 2027. Everybody at this point can jump into this thing. And I think that also we sometimes think that because we've seen, oh, everybody does an ebook or everybody's doing a course, but everybody doesn't have your course. They don't have your
Mm.
sauce, right? They don't have peachy sauce when it comes to branding. Like they don't have Leslie sauce when it comes to Canva. So don't think that you can't make something just because you see it out there. You make it, you put your spin on it, and voila.
Absolutely. And I tell people that all the time. You can just walk down the aisle in the grocery store and you see all the different types of bread
Mm-hmm.
and all the
That's
different
great.
brands of bread. You know,
Mm-hmm.
you have wheat bread, you have white bread, you have artisan bread, and
Yep.
all these other types of bread, and you have
Mm-hmm.
pumpernickel and all those different ones,
Mm-hmm.
and all those brands are making money.
They
You
are.
know, and it's the same thing with cars. You know, you
Mm-hmm.
have Hyundai and you have Volvo and you have Jaguar and you have Porsche, and they're all different type cars. And
Right.
so I tell people this is one of the most important things about branding that I
Mm-hmm.
try and impress the people. You can have a paperclip, one
Mm-hmm.
paperclip that you pay 15 cents for, but
Mm-hmm.
you can have the paperclip that you pay 15 cents for, and you can have that same exact paperclip and pay $1,500 for it. And the
From
difference
Tiffany's.
is the brand
Mhm.
journey that these brands took.
Yeah.
So the value that the $1,500 paper clip is much higher than the 15 cents paper clip, but they can be the
Mm-hmm.
exact same
Same
paper
thing.
clip. And
Mm-hmm.
that's the power of branding.
Mm-hmm.
And that's the power of foundational branding, because brands who can do that, they weren't focused on the creative side first. They were
Yeah.
focused on the foundational side. And so
Mm-hmm.
that's why it's just so important. So I appreciate you taking the time to pivot and then
Mm-hmm.
trying to get the foundational side in place in order
Yeah.
to go higher, in order to reach your vision, you know, and the things that you're doing now, the building blocks are fulfilling your mission. So that's
Mhm.
amazing.
Thank
So
you.
how can people get in touch with Mommy Money?
Well, so you can find me on Instagram at mommymoney.co. You can find me at my website, which is www.mommymoney.co. You can also find me on Facebook, the same, mommymoney.co. Hopefully TikTok soon, but that's a whole nother world,
That's a
right?
whole nother world. It sure is. It sure is. It sure
Yeah,
is.
try to master one platform at a time because it can be a lot. Yeah, that's where they can find me currently.
Okay. And so you also have a course. And,
Mhm.
you know, I tell people all the time, when it comes to digital products, Leslie is that. She has this
Thank
real
you.
estate package that is
Mhm.
amazing. So if you're in real estate, you might want to check her stuff out. But she's also
Yeah.
developing some other wonderful, wonderful
Mhm.
products. So,
Mhm.
Miss Ma'am, can you tell
Mhm.
us about your course?
Yes. So I am actually coming out with a Canva course. It's called Canva to Cash, and it is to help business owners, stay-at-home moms, to be able to create their own Canva bundle. Just like you said, the real estate marketing toolkit. It's a toolkit over like 250 Canva templates that I put together, social media graphics, presentations, Instagram stories. It's a lot of stuff. Business cards, all made in Canva. And it's to help someone who is, perhaps just starting their real estate business to be able to really market their business cohesively, right? Like how you said, so everything looks like it's on brand. And so, yes, I made that package. And so the course is basically walking someone through the beginning to end of how to create that package and then go ahead and begin marketing it so they themselves can get some of this digital coin, right? They can
Canva
put it
to
on their,
cash, baby. Canva
right,
to
right,
cash.
yeah, uh-huh.
And it's not just for moms, even though that's her
Right.
target
Mm-hmm.
market. I want
Mm-hmm.
you guys, you know, any entrepreneur or solopreneur
Yeah.
or however you are positioning yourself in the market, if you need design or you
Mm-hmm.
need templates to help you in your business, you can also be a part of this course,
Yeah.
pretty sure. Be dropping the information in
Mm-hmm.
our groups about the
Yes.
Canva to Cash workshop. So
Thank
I'm
you.
definitely looking forward to helping you
Mhm.
get people in your Canva to Cash
Thank
workshop. And I'm
you.
so happy that you stopped by Talk Like a Brand today.
Thank you. I'm so honored that you would have me on. This has been amazing. I'm so excited, not just for Canva to Cash, but for all of the branding goodness that you are putting out as well.
Well, thank you.
You are my brand expert, you know.
You are too kind. But so ladies and gentlemen, I want you to check out mommymoney.co when you get a chance, and check out Leslie and everything that she's doing. And we will get together again. This is not her last time being on our show. We'll get together again at another time, but I just wanted to introduce her to you, and we wanted to have a discussion on how you can pivot when you need to and still be successful. So until next time.